Hi everyone, this is a little teaser for from my new project, the Sky Hero Spyder 850. I have just received this model and some of the bits and parts that's needed, but I still haven't got the batteries and the power distribution board and some other small things. But I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what this project is about and some of my thoughts about it. Yes, it's a new model, Sky Hero Spyder 850, which means it's 850 centimeters from here to the diagonal propeller. I have chosen to make an octocopter of it, which means that it will have 8 motors, 8 propellers, 4 on top and 4 on the bottom side. We can start with the motors. I have chosen to use the Sunny Sky V2814 11 700 kV. I don't know if you can see it here. Large motors, very solid, and I have used Sunny Sky motors in another quadcopter that I have, and I'm very satisfied with the quality and the power. The reason for choosing to have an octocopter, which means that I have a motor on the side here, is for fail-safe reasons. I'm gonna lift expensive equipment with this thing, and I don't want to lose it from the sky. So if one engine fails or one propeller stops or breaks or anything, then the other will have enough force to lift it so I can land it safely. It's a really nice octocopter, and now I'm gonna show you some pictures from the build. What I like about this frame is that it is very clean and well built. And first of all the wirings and things will be hidden inside the arms and inside this body. And all the electronics I'm gonna show you in a minute how I'm gonna mount it, but everything will be hidden in here, and this will come on top. And everything will be screwed in place, and then it's covered and securely placed under here. And you will not see any wirings on the outside. The ESCs will be put in here, 2 in each arm, and nothing will be seen from the outside. Okay. This is the inside. It was very easy to build. It was very good fitment, and there was nothing I had to do to make everything fit. It was just to put in place and fit all the screws, and that was it. If we look on the underside, one second. You can see that It's a very simple construction. The landing gear is fitted in here on detachable. It is a detachable landing gear, so you just screw this thing up and you take it off, and it will be easier to transport. It also has these screws which you can release with your fingers on each arm, which makes it possible after you have taken them up, screwed them off and taken up the screw, you can fold them backwards. So it will, I don't think it will fold all the way in. It will stop, the front arms will stop here and the rear arms will go straight back, but it will be definitely more narrow and easier to transport by doing that. They have fitted a plate here, which I understand is meant to absorb some of the vibration from the helicopter when it flies. These are rubber grommets, and 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and 1 up here. I think this is optional because if you want to fit the gimbal, a camera gimbal here, which is the most natural place to do it, you just one second. You need this space without this in the front to have the gimbal here, because in the back here you need to have the batteries. And for this octocopter you need big batteries. I'm gonna use 4S 13,000 milliamps to have what I think will be a reasonable flight time. I'm very interested in testing that out, but these batteries will have to fit back here, and also thinking about how I'm gonna place them here to have the right balance in the helicopter. And I also think that it will be too narrow space here for them to fit between, so I have to figure something out there. I also seen videos of people that have placed the batteries that way, but that will be something I can consider when I'm going to fit them on later. Yes, like I said, very simple and good construction, and it really feels like high quality. All carbon except for the white parts, which are heavy duty plastic, very high quality, that too, I can say. Yeah. So you can see it flexes a lot when it stands like this, but of course when this is fitted on top it will be very rigid, I think. The canopy is white in my case, and fiberglass made, very high quality this too, and a nice finish, and it's just meant to put on like this. It will be follow the front arms and should be put on this thing here. Okay. For flight controller, I'm gonna use the NASA MV2. I'm using the NASA M and the NASA M Lite in my other quadcopters. I'm very happy with this, and for this big project I just went all the way and bought this one. I know there are better ones out there, and NASA definitely have better flight controllers than this, but this is enough for me. Also fitting the IOSD Mini, the Bluetooth module, and yeah, and this is the LED module, which I'm obviously gonna put in the back here. For the receiver and transmitter, I'm using my Futaba 14SG, and I'm putting on a Dragon Link. This is the receiver, Dragon Link receiver. I have configured it and everything is okay for it to be used. This is a 12 channel 500 milliwatt receiver, and which should be good for like 10 kilometers or even more, at least in free air. One thing about this one is that it has a V-shaped antenna, which means I'm really not sure, but I have heard that it should be put in a straight position, which means it should like come out here, and the one string is the one part of the antenna should point upwards and the other one straight downwards. I've also seen it mounted in a V like this. I'm really not sure what is the best thing to do, but I think I'm gonna test it out, because the straight the way of doing it in a straight line, it will be too long so it will touch the ground when it stands on the ground. In a V shape it will be okay and much easier to have on the helicopter. I will need to find that out later, so yeah, we'll see. Here is the Dragon Link transmitter. Simple box, really, with the antenna here. It's quite long. That's needed for the 433 megahertz transmission signal. Really easy installation. There's some job when it comes to couple these two together, pair them together. That takes some time, and then you need to know what you're doing, but very easy to find out and go through. This box goes to the transmitter here, my 14SG, and I have put some Velcro on here and here, so I just do it like this, put it on like this, and there's one cable going from the trainer port in the radio into the Dragon Link, and that way this one takes over the 2.4 gigahertz signal here and sends the signal through this one instead. Very nice, and very good for long range FPV, which I will be doing. Okay, for some other pieces that I'm gonna install. This is a voltage regulator, which gives me the possibility to regulate the voltage for other equipment on the aircraft. I'm gonna put in from the battery here, the 4S batteries, and I'm gonna regulate it to 12 volts, so I can power my cameras, my 3 cameras actually. I'm gonna show you, and the LED strips. I'm gonna mount LED strips under here and under here in different colors, so it's very easy to see in a longer distance. And if there should be anything more, I can use 12 volts from this one. And also the FPV equipment needs 12 volts. I can use my 4S battery directly to this one, but the problem with that is that it will be very, very hot, and that's not good. So I will be using 12 volts to this one, and this is just a temporary kind of cable that I made. When it comes to the FPV, I thought I was going to put the transmitter under here, like this. That way it will be It will be out in the air and have a lot of cooling, and it will be easy accessible if I need it. And yeah, I think that is a good position. I mentioned I'm gonna use 3 cameras, and to make that possible I have this video switch from Hobby King. It's a small switch which makes it possible to connect 3 cameras, up to 3 cameras, and switch between them with my radio, with the switch on my radio. Very nice, very simple, and the way I'm going to use this or set up this system is that I'm obviously going to put this inside here, and I'm going to put my GoPro in front on a gimbal, Tarot gimbal, and I'm gonna use another camera in the rear. Hopefully I think I'm gonna put it back here, or maybe it will come up here on the top plate like this, that I'm mounting it here. This is a camera with a foot, and it's possible to twist it so I can point back or down or up. And the third camera is this small one. This is just a pinhole camera. I just tested it for the quality, and it was really good actually. And I'm gonna have the pole back here or here for the GPS antenna, and I'm gonna put this one on the GPS antenna like this, so it like have a you can watch the helicopter from above like this. I'm gonna experiment how far up I'm gonna put it, or maybe I'll do some experiment with a taller pole here or anything, but the meaning is that I can have this to experiment with on the top of this helicopter. So I'm looking forward to that. When it comes to my ground station, I have ordered this 10-inch screen from Ready Made RC. Tested it a little bit. It's a very good screen. Doesn't go blue when the signal is low, and it has good connections and easy fitted to a tripod. I have used a Lilliput 10-inch screen before, and that was more professional and had more connections, but this one is enough for me. Very good price from this place, Ready Made RC. I'm going for the 1.3 megahertz video transmitter and receiver. I'm going to use a patch antenna, 11 dB, I think it will be. Actually, I'm going to use 2 of these ones. I'm going to use the patch antenna for this one, and for the other one I'm going to use this antenna here. The patch antenna is good when it comes to long range, and as long as the helicopter is within the point of the patch antenna. This one is more like when I fly around and it's not in the best zone for the patch antenna. So that way I think I will have good signal all the way. And to help me with the diversity here with 2 receivers, I'm going to use this Eagle Eyes Eagle 3, which is a box with a lot of functions, but primarily it functions in a way that you can have more receivers connected to it, and you have outputs for the screen and another source, for example goggles. And this one measures the receiving signal from the 2 receivers and sends out the best signal to the screen and another thing. This is a really neat thing, and I think it will together this will be a good ground station to rely on. Okay guys, that's it for now. I will come back with new videos as soon as the build is moving forward. I just need some more parts to begin the build, but I hope I will receive them shortly. Bye for now.